Hello, and thank you for attending our presentation today. My name is Annalise Shane, and I'm the Technical Field Trainer for VIVOTEK. In this training, we're going to go over Camera Link. Camera Link is a feature that is available for our compatible speed domes and any of our other cameras with firmware version 2103 and above installed. This feature links VIVOTEK cameras to the PTZ camera and enables the PTZ to automatically zoom onto the preset locations and start tracking an object whenever the alarm is triggered by the spotter camera. We're going to learn why this feature is useful and how easy it is to set it up. So if you have any questions or comments, please contact us at trainingna@vivotek.com. Camera Link is a feature that enables a spotter camera to link up with up to 3 VIVOTEK PTZ cameras within the same surveillance system, and whenever an alarm is triggered, the PTZ will automatically zoom onto preset locations and start tracking an object. In a typical Camera Link setup, a spotter camera is used for wide coverage surveillance. Whenever an event is triggered, the spotter camera delivers commands to the PTZ camera. That PTZ camera is going to receive the commands and goes to the preset location. It's going to capture more details than the spotter camera alone can obtain. The PTZ can then track the object with Smart Tracking Advanced. With Camera Link, surveillance systems can reduce the reliance on system operators to track events and maximize the likelihood of capturing and recording any critical event, enhancing the operation efficiency. In a scenario without Camera Link, depending on the VMS system, there may be some latency because all video recordings and action commands have to be processed by the VMS. But with Camera Link's direct inter-camera communication, once the spotter camera detects a suspicious person entering the premises, it directly triggers an alarm and directs the PTZ cameras nearby to track and record that intruder. Commands are sent directly to PTZ cameras for immediate and detailed results. Thus, lag time from spotter camera to PTZ cameras is minimized. Take a construction site, for example. Considering the hundreds of thousands of square feet of ground to cover, deploying dozens of cameras for entry and exit surveillance and security is reasonable. Whenever the spotter camera detects an event at the point of interest, it's going to notify that PTZ camera to zoom in on that event and then capture more details. This is going to reduce the reliance on system operators to track events, and you don't have to worry about missing important events because the PTZ was pointed in another direction during a patrol. Camera Link is also great for situations where cameras are installed far away from the VMS workstation. This could be a temporary portable building on a school campus, city park, or sports field. Now let me show you how easy it is to set this feature up. There are only 4 simple steps to get these cameras to work smarter for you. We'll need to create a VCA rule or motion detection rule on the spotter camera. Then on the PTZ camera, we're going to set up the preset locations and then set up Smart Tracking Advanced. Then we'll go back to the spotter camera and set up the event. Remember, we're not going to need a CMS or an NVR to control these cameras to perform this feature. Camera Link is done with inter-camera communication. Let's start the setup by creating a VCA rule in the spotter camera. For our spotter camera, we are using the 5 megapixel FD9389 EHV-V2 dome camera. We're logged into the UI and then we've clicked on the configuration tab. Now we're going to go to Applications and Smart VCA. From here, we're going to go ahead and add a new rule. And let's choose Intrusion Detection. Draw out the zone. And then for this rule, we're just going to choose people and then all conditions for our trigger. And then save this. And that's it. We're done with step 1. Next, we'll need to go into the PTZ cameras UI and set up the preset points. Logging into the PTZ cameras UI, go into the configuration page. We're going to click on PTZ and then PTZ settings. Click on Add a Patrol Preset. Now we're going to move the PTZ to the exact location that we want it to snap to whenever a person intrudes into the zone that we created in that spotter camera. Once we have the location, on the bottom left, we're going to name the preset and click on Add. Scroll down and then click Close. Do not click Save, just Close. While we're in the PTZ's UI, we're now going to set up Smart Tracking Advanced. Let's click on Applications and then Smart Tracking Advanced. First, let's check to see that we've entered in the installation height by going to Settings at the top right corner. Then we're going to create a rule. For this one, we're going to create a loitering detection box. Draw out our rule, and we're going to set this one up for the trigger to be 0 seconds. And that's so that if anybody's in the detection box by the time the PTZ moves to that location, it's going to automatically start the tracking. We're then going to scroll down and check the camera tracks. The target action toggle is set to on. And then we're going to save the rule. And then we're done with the PTZ setup. And all that's left to do now is just to set up the camera link event in the Spotter Camera's web UI. Back in the Spotter Camera's UI, let's go to Configuration. We're going to click on Event and then Event Settings. Click on Camera Link. We're going to enter a name for the PTZ camera and then enter its IP address and the username, password, and the HTTP port. Let's test the connection. If we get a success report, then we can continue. Save this server, and now we're going to go to Add an Event. Let's name the event, make sure that it's enabled, and then go to Trigger. Since we created a VCA rule, we're going to choose VADP and select the rule that we created. Go to Action, click on Camera Link, and then configure the Camera Link action. We're going to make sure that the preset location is checked off and choose the PTZ camera's preset location that we created. Let's save the server and then close. We'll save the event and then close that window as well. And we're done. That's it. Now it's time to test out our new feature. The spotter camera is on top viewing one side of the parking lot while the PTZ is covering the other side. Here you'll notice to the right our model is walking, and then once he intrudes into the zone that we created in the dome camera, the PTZ is going to shoot over to the preset location, and since he's in that loitering zone that we created, the PTZ is going to start tracking him. I just want to take a second to thank Stanley for taking the time out of his busy schedule to show off his catwalking skills for my demonstration. Because the PTZ zooms in and tracks him, we're able to see how excited he is to assist me with this project. Once he leaves from the PTZ's view, or after a preset amount of time that we set up in the PTZ, it's going to stop tracking him and go back to the location it's set to return to. And that's all there is to setting up Camera Link. 4 easy steps to help maximize the likelihood of capturing and recording critical events with more details and clarity than just with an overview camera alone. For more information on this feature, please visit our website at www.vivotek.com, or you can email us at trainingna@vivotek.com. Thank you all for attending. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.